Hello again. Let's get into the Instant Farmer, chapter number 14. Ken is leading the group to a nearby bar. He knows of a great place to get some drinks. The evening air is pleasant. The walk to the bar slows down quite a bit. They are taking their time to get to their destination. It is one of those nights where nobody is in a hurry to go anywhere. The temperature outside is just about perfect. Ken and Sarah start to hold hands as they walk. Greg smiles when he notices the happy couple. Sarah gives Greg a smile. They really are getting along nicely. They are walking past a bagel shop. This place looks great. It is, of course, not open at this time of day, but the presentation of the storefront is very nice. There, the bar is there. The group is at the bar. They walk in and take a long look around. Greg leads them to a table along one of the walls of the bar. This table has 4 chairs. They only need 3 of them. That is, unless Greg meets somebody tonight. It seems busy tonight. There might be 10 people in the building other than staff. 10 people plus the 3 friends makes 13. That means Greg has a good chance at meeting a woman of his dreams. The group is being very quiet right now. The atmosphere inside the bar is not that great. Maybe they need a drink or two before they start to like the place. Yeah, the drinks are going to start now. The waitress is at their table. She wants to know the order of the group. Ken orders a nice bottle of wine for the table. This particular bottle is a Merlot. It was bottled in Spain and just happens to be one of Ken's all-time favorites. Ken has an agenda tonight. He wants to delay going home for as long as possible. Nobody must know of his agenda. He wants the group to have some fun tonight also. So, there are 2 things on his agenda. That's fine. The bottle has arrived, along with 3 glasses. Ken is happy when he smells the wine that he will be drinking. Sarah likes the smell also. The waitress leaves the table, and Greg reaches for the bottle. He wants to pour the wine into the empty glasses. So, he does that. The 3 of them pick up their glass at the same time and say a toast. Sarah is the one to toast the wine. To lifelong friendships and new beginnings. That was nice. She really got it right. Ken says, I feel so very special to have the 2 of you in my life. Greg says, Are you okay? You haven't been yourself all night. I think you are amazing, but something is definitely not right. Ken says, Yeah, I'm overwhelmed with a project that I'm working on. Greg says, Okay, you know that you can talk to me about anything. Ken says, Thanks, Greg. I am going to feel normal again when the project approaches completion. Greg says, You need to talk to somebody. Do you want me to give you the phone number of a therapist? Sarah says, Whoa, easy, buddy. If he needs to talk to somebody, he should go to see a priest. But I am not sure anything is wrong at all. I think that Ken is being very open and genuine and vulnerable. Ken says, So, you want me to go to church? That actually sounds like a good idea. I can receive counseling from the church. Yes, the priest will know what to do. Greg says, Okay, whatever is bothering you will disappear when you are able to talk about it. Ken says, Thanks, guys. This chat is exactly what I need. Big question, what do you think of the wine? Greg says, The wine is fantastic, buddy. I think you have fantastic taste in wine. I think you have fantastic taste in girlfriends as well. Sarah says, Thank you, Greg. You are so very sweet. Greg says, maybe I will get to know you better over the next couple of weeks. You two will be dating for a while. Sarah says, yes, we will have a beautiful time together. Ken says, our time together will be filled with intrigue and optimism. Sarah says, we definitely have a future together. Did you tell your friend about the first night we met? Ken says, I want to respect you and cherish our time together. Telling Greg that story might seem like I'm bragging about our love. Sarah says, okay, so we met on the street late one night. I believe it was Tuesday, and we made plans to go to his apartment for some alone time. But he said that his place was a mess. Then he convinced me to go to a hotel. We made love all night. There is something special about Ken. Ken says, yeah, that is exactly what happened. You are caring and loving. I am blessed to be in your life. Greg says, the two of you have a long future, but that is what I mean. Your behavior is not normal for you. Your place is never messy. He is a total clean freak. There is no way he lets his apartment get dirty. Sarah says, okay, I thought it was a little strange at first. I mean, going to a hotel with a stranger is completely out of character for me. Ken says, everything will be good when I get a chance to talk to the priest. The first bottle of wine is just about finished. They feel the need for a second bottle. Ken gets the attention of the waitress. After a few moments, she arrives at the table to take their order. So, one more bottle of Merlot? Then it is just about time to go home. The group is laughing at a joke about the zoo. Those animals are so well behaved. Those animals are so well taken care of. The mood is light and fun. It seems like the wine is doing what wine does. It is so nice to spend some quality time with friends. The second bottle of wine is just about finished. Yes, Ken has excellent taste in wine, but now it is time to go home. Sarah decides not to stay over at Ken's apartment tonight. She feels tired. She feels like going to her bed. That is a bit of a relief for Ken. It is proving to be difficult to juggle friends and farming. There he goes thinking about farming again. He has made it through the night without giving it a thought until this point. He was starting to feel normal again. Let's hope that Ken does not rely on alcohol to keep his mind off farming. Alcohol might do the trick in the short term, but it can prove to be a slippery slope with many consequences. He doesn't need wine in order to have a good time. Ken has met a fantastic woman. He has so much to learn about her. She has the things that she likes to do, or what kind of hobbies she likes, her taste in food, or her taste in clothing. He needs to learn what makes Sarah happy. Today was perfect. Sarah was perfect. She met Greg. She liked Greg. This evening was a success, but now it is time to go home and to go to bed. Ken pays the bill with his credit card. The group stands up together. Does anybody need to use the bathroom before they leave? No. They just want to go out of the bar. So they walk out of the bar and are greeted by some cool evening air. One hug for Greg, one hug for Ken, and Sarah is on her way home. She thanks them for a lovely evening, and she flags down a cab. The driver is delighted to drive her home. Ken and Greg are left on the sidewalk together. Ken thanks him for the great company and for being such a great friend. Greg was amazing tonight. Now it is time for the two of them to go home. Home and straight to bed. Greg wants to get a cab, while Ken feels like a walk might be a good idea. A walk will prove to be an amazing idea. Ken definitely has the right idea. Ken walks home. On his walk, Ken runs over a few ideas in his head. He definitely wants to talk to a priest, maybe even as early as tomorrow. Yeah, the sooner the better. Ken will feel much better when he smooths out the short-term plan in his head. Talking to a priest will be his best decision ever. A few more blocks and Ken will be home. He had such a great time tonight. Wow, that wine was great. Sarah is definitely his type. She is smart and pretty, and she gets along with Greg so well. Looking back at tonight's plans, Ken notices how well Greg and Sarah get along. He feels that this will be an excellent relationship, and he is right. Ken is just about home. He is in the lobby of his building. Dating really takes a lot of effort. He didn't notice how tired he was until he made his way into the elevator, up to his floor and into the hallway. A few more steps, and Ken has reached his apartment. He is so tired. Ken walks past the living room and the kitchen, and he enters his bedroom. He takes his shoes off and jumps into bed. Tonight was a good night. That concludes this chapter. I hope you enjoyed listening. Again, if you want to read along with me, then you should pick up a copy of my ebook from Kindle. Goodbye until the next chapter.